don't remember the name of the woman in one article like that. That's the part that haunts me. I read about her some months ago. I think she lived in Gaza. Her family was trapped during an airstrike. The article said she held her son's hand under the table and rubble for hours until he stopped squeezing back. I read the whole piece from front to back, top to bottom. And when I finished, do you know what I did? I kicked back. I opened Instagram and I opened a video of someone organizing their fridge. I don't know her name. I don't remember what city she was in. I don't remember even how old her son was. All I remember is that I read it and then I moved on. That's the real cost, isn't it? When we consume suffering like content, we forget the people inside the stories. They've become statistics, data points, a headline we screenshot and forget to revisit. It's not like I don't care. It's that I can't hold it all. The world is too big now, too connected, too loud. We carry the weight of every disaster in our pocket, but our hearts were never designed for this much grief at once. So we scroll, we scheme, we save posts we'll never reread. We are not bad people for this. We are just humans. But something is breaking in the way we process pain. When was the last time you stopped and thought about the faces behind the headlines? Not just the words, not just the headlines fonts, not the clickbait. I mean the actual people, their mothers, their kids, the smell of their kitchen, and the sound of their front door closing. I remember about the woman in Gaza last night. Out of nowhere, I was making tea, scrolling through my phone, and suddenly it hit me. I can't remember her name. I never learned it well enough to hold on to it. The realization made me put the phone down. For the first time in weeks, I sat with a story. Let it burn a little. Let it sting. Not because I wanted to feel guilty, but because I didn't want to forget she existed. Behind every headline is a person. Behind every click is a life. And sometimes, in the flood of information, we forget that real people don't live in headlines. They live in apartments, in tents, in hospital rooms and kitchens and buses, and even in crowded streets. They live in silence after the camera moves on. When we scroll too fast, we erase them. Not because the system is designed for speed, not for memory. But memory matters. It is the only thing that keeps us human. So, I decided to try something since last week. More like a personal experience and an experiment, so to say. I didn't quit the news completely. That felt impossible. But I made a deal with myself. For 1 week, I wouldn't just scroll. For 1 week, I'll pick one story a day. Just one. And instead of clicking away after 30 seconds, I would actually feel it. Sit with it. Let it live in my body for a while. On day 1, I chose a story about a nurse in Sudan. Her clinic has been bombed. She kept treating patients in a tent with no medicine. Her name was Leila. I wrote her name down, said it loud. Leila. I thought about her for the rest of the day. Not out of guilt, but out of intention. I'm imagining her tying her shoes, boiling tea, checking her phone just like me. When she had Wi-Fi, of course. It sounded small, but it did something to me. The next day I read about a wildfire in Maui. Instead of scrolling to the next thing, I closed my eyes and pictured someone waking up to the smell of smoke, parking their car, Forgetting something important on the kitchen counter became because panic makes you forget things. Day 3, I chose a refugee boat story. And this time, I let the weight hit me. Not all at once, but enough to feel human again. By day 4, I realized something. I wasn't overloaded. I was present. The problem isn't that we feel too much. It's that we feel nothing. Because we're trying to feel everything at once. But one story at a time. That's bearable. That's human. I'm not saying this fixes the world. It doesn't at all. The news is still heavy. The tragedies are still there. The headlines keep coming. But because I stopped clicking away so fast, I stopped treating people like bullet points in a feed. And in return, I felt something I hadn't felt in a long time. Connection. Not to the news, not to the platform, but to the people, to the small shared ache of being human. Maybe that's the point. Not to fix it, not to save the world through my screen, but to remember that the world is real, and so are the people in it. One story at a time. Just one story at a time. I am not telling you to quit the news. That's not realistic. We live in a world where things happen faster than we can process. And sometimes knowing is the only power we have. But maybe the power isn't knowing everything. Maybe it is in feeling something. So here's what I'll ask you. Tomorrow morning, when you wake up and check your phone, don't scroll past everything. Pick one headline. Just one. Read it. Really read it. Don't click away after the first paragraph. Don't skim for the worst part. Sit with it. Imagine the people behind it. Their houses, the shoes by their door, their good days and bad days, just like yours. Say their name out loud if you know them. If you don't, imagine their name anyway. Make it personal. Because the world isn't data. It's not stats or trends or shares or likes. The world is people. And if we lose that, if we lose the ability to feel the reality behind the headlines, we lose something inside ourselves. Something human. So before you scroll past the next tragedy, before you swipe away from the next breaking news alert, ask yourself, what was the last story I read and actually felt? Maybe today is the day you change that. Maybe today is the day you really change that.